And for our next story, let me start by asking you, what is the solution to plastic waste? What comes to your mind? It is recycling, is it not? But what if I told you that researchers have found that recycling does quite the opposite? You heard that right. A study has found that recycling releases huge quantities of microplastics. It's actually making the environmental problem even worse. And this study was conducted in the UK, where a team of scientists examined a recycling plant, its wastewater, and the air around the facility. And much to their surprise, they found that the microplastics released in water amounted to 13% of the plastic processed, which means that the plastic facility could be releasing up to 75 billion plastic particles in each cubic meter of wastewater. Now, what exactly are microplastics to begin with? They are tiny plastic particles, less than 5 millimeters long, and they are formed because of the breakdown of larger plastics. As a pollutant, microplastics are harmful to the environment. They harm human and animal health. They are filled with chemicals, including heavy metals and pesticides, and have poisonous effects as well. The study further revealed that microplastics were also present in the air around the recycling facility, that too in high levels. You see, both air and water were affected. Two very crucial elements for basic survival of living organisms. In fact, according to researchers, this facility was a best-case scenario. And why was that? Because the facility was well maintained. It had taken all the necessary precautions and had made solid efforts to install water filtration, which, by the way, is not the case with many recycling facilities. And this raises a serious problem and a question over what other plants are emitting around the world. Further, out of the microparticles emitted, more than 90% of the particles found were under 10 microns and 80% were under 5 microns. Microplastics of these dimensions are easily digestible by different organisms. They are found to be ingested by human beings as well, putting them at a risk of various health hazards like asthma, chronic pneumonia, even autoimmune diseases, cellular damage, even cancer. You see, we recycle plastic in order to protect the environment. But what we might actually be doing is creating another problem or making that problem worse to begin with. So what's the way out? What's the solution here? Do we stop recycling? Well, the answer to that question is no. Researchers suggest that the impact of recycling needs to be evaluated, and potential solutions have to be reworked. Recycling facilities need to be thoroughly kept under check for emissions. And having said that, the real sustainable solution here is to start using much less plastic. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.